pilots in sport class to tonight's champion podium with the top three when it's all said and done. A whole bunch of pilots. How about 824 pilots vying for their chance at the prize money, the podium, and of course the notoriety of being one of the MultiGP champions, maybe earning one of the challenge coins. We started here yesterday with 55 pilots in sport, and we sliced and diced that field up into A, B, C, D mains. We're talking 55th through 37th, then 36th through 25th, where we pick up right now. We're in the top 24, the top half of our pilots vying for the championship of sport class. We're going to run these next 16 pilots in a double elimination bracket format, working our way down to the final four, where those four pilots advance to tonight's top 16. I know 4s and 16s and 55s, a lot of pilots, but we're getting faster, especially if you've been joining us earlier today. The racing has been just heating up as we get into our B main final here this afternoon. Of course, tonight on or about 6:30 p.m. That is 3:30 on the West Coast, 11:30 tonight in Europe, and 10:30 tomorrow morning, Saturday morning in Australia and New Zealand. That is when we're going dark here at the Sport Class Championship. This entire course is lined with LEDs. We'll be doing night racing as we'll work our way down to the final three on our podium for the Sport Class Championship. Now here in our B main, again, this is qualifiers 13 through 24, plus our bump ups coming from the C main, making 16 pilots. We have one pilot that was on our podium a year ago. Mayan Hawk going to be featured here in our first race, our first heat of our B main. Last year, second runner-up, third on our podium. In the same heat, the first one that we're gridding up is last year's reserve champion, Sidewinder, just to the middle right of your screen right there. Second and third from a year ago are meeting here in our B main, which means right now they're top 13 to 24. I mean, we're not even in the top 10 yet. They were on our podium. Sport class has been pretty competitive this year, and but they do have a chance. All 16 pilots that we're going to feature here in this B main with a chance to be final four, top four, to work their way into tonight's championship top 16. Our first race is getting set. We're doing the battery testing and the RF testing out on the line. Since the dawn of MultiGP, which was officially the start of 2015, the rule book that was put together said there is a limit in open class with your LiPo that it cannot exceed 4.35 volts a cell. And that rule has always been in play. Has it been enforced? Maybe not as much as we'd have liked. But here at Champs Week at the No Quarter Ranch in Citrus Springs, Florida, we're enforcing that rule for not only fairness of competition, but also in safety, as all of our pilots here are charging on one table in one tent. And so we're enforcing 4.35. We're also enforcing the video transmitters output at 25 milliwatts or less, and our check has been complete as we get set to send it in with our first heat of our B main championship. Of course, we met two as they were gridding up. Mayan Hawk from Pennsylvania, your second runner-up, third overall on our podium last year. Sidewinder from Ohio, last year's reserve sport class champion, and competing in his first sport class championship. B-Dub from California, 18th in qualifying this week. And Taxu from Illinois, 15th in qualifying this week. And high seed here in our B main. We're getting set to fly. 3-lap races is what we are trying to put together. Top two advance in our winner's bracket, bottom two in our consolation bracket. The stage has been set. We're going live. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races we go. How about passing inside of the start-finish gate? What a great start as we're chasing Sidewinder. Your early start, and no one jumping in front of him as of yet. Taxu is right with him, though. He has Sidewinder in his sights. Now Taxu jumping up the number 1 spot. You also got Mayan Hawk within reach, and we lost B-Dub. Now, this is a preliminary round. No tiers or eliminations as of yet. And top two move up in the winner's bracket, bottom two in the consolation bracket, and 3-lap races. So lots of racing to go as we have Taxu working on lap number 2. Sidewinder 4.6 seconds back now in second as he now starts his second lap. And now Mayan Hawk gets onto that lead lap, lap number 2 as well. Making it happen here in a big way. Working on lap number 3. Chasing Taxu, who pushed himself up from second into the lead and is holding off Sidewinder by about 4 or 5 gates here. Just half of the Tsunami section as we go with one more to go. On to lap 3 with Taxu. There's Sidewinder now 2.8 seconds back. They're 1 and 2. We can't count out Mayan Hawk. Oh no, Sidewinder down. Here comes Mayan Hawk. Going to get onto that third and final lap, and in just a moment gets by the down Sidewinder. And so your bump up just took over second in this one. Mayan Hawk working his way from that C main, qualifying 29th, and now has overtaken the guy who qualified 23rd. And of course, this one's not done yet, except if you're Taxu. Taxu getting it done 3 laps in 1:40. Taxu moving up in our winners bracket to match number 6, as it were. And we just lost Mayan Hawk. Sidewinder now back into second, and Sidewinder across the line in the number 2 spot, which is going to put Mayan Hawk in 3rd and B-Dub in 4th. And pending results here from our judges on site, we will move them on up. Right there, big start for Taxu and Sidewinder. First and second. We'll take them to match 34 on our program. And into the consolation bracket, we take B-Dub and our bump up Mayan Hawk to match number 33. Of course, our 2023 MultiGP Championship stream on the 10,000 plus subscriber MultiGP YouTube channel, brought to you in part by Torval. All your drone and camera accessories in one place, and all you need for your next adventure in one bag. Torval.com to check out all their wares. They're more than just backpacks. They also have travel accessories, drone accessories, and much, much more. In fact, if you get their main backpack, which is the Pro 2, I think is the model. I have one. I got mine last year. You actually go and register it on the Torval website. They have a great warranty, but you register the backpack on their website, not just for the warranty, but they will also send you for free, no charge, a name tag for your Torval backpack. Now, not only is that cool, but we're also seeing, I mean, a year ago, you go to a race in Europe, maybe even in Asia, maybe not Asia as much, but definitely in Australia, you would see Torval backpacks everywhere. The choice of Europe is that's where Torval is based. Now here in North America, you're seeing a lot more of those Torval backpacks, and why not get that free name badge so you can tell yours from everyone else's, especially if you have your quads on the inside, even though you can carry 4 easily on the front side. Thank you, Torval, for your longtime support here, MultiGP Drone Racing. We're match number 2. It's Jordal, DeBits, Jeff PV, and Quad Doc. On deck will be Bend FPV, Mookie, Reverb FPV, and King. And the whole will be YCAF R3 _ Alex _ and Freedom Duck as our pilots are taking seats. 4 quads are on the line. We're going to see 3-time top 10 sport class pilot from Tennessee, Quad Doc, one of our bump ups from the C main. From Michigan, one of the oldest pilots here and one of the only ones flying analog, representing the Wolverine State, Jeff PV. From Colorado, DeBits is with us. Last year was top 5 in sport. Let's see what we get done here in 2023. And then Jordal, competing in his first sport class championship, representing the Buckeye State of Ohio. There's the 4. The 4 are set to fly. We're going green. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Great start. They're 4 wide through our start finish gate. Jordill was second in the whole shot gate, drops to 4th with a little bit of an air brake, but you can see, I'm watching line of sight real quick. It is a close battle. There is not much separating. 10 feet, 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. As we're chasing now, Jordill back in that number 1 spot. Then you had Jeff PV, DeBits, and Quad Doc. We just lost Jeff PV. And so Jordill, now DeBits ahead of Jordill. They're battling for 1 and 2. Quad Doc running the number 3 spot. It's Jordill just ahead of DeBits here on the opening lap. On to lap 2 we go. They're separated by 0.2 of a second. Here comes Quad Doc onto lap number 2 as well. 2 to go. Quad Doc, no stranger to it. We just lost our leader. Jordill got a little loosey-goosey. DeBits now up in the number 1 spot, leading by now 3 gates in fine form. Jordill's trying to get a little more of that momentum back. He goes through that Emax dive gate, and we take Quad Doc through that Emax dive gate. It's only about 4 seconds separating Jordill in second ahead of Quad Doc in third. That ringer-dinger was DeBits, your leader. And so now Jordill and Quad Doc in a battle for 1 and 2. They're the last 2 flying, so a little less pressure as we take Quad Doc just ahead of Jordill onto lap number 3. This will be fun. Look at this. Both of them making that yaw span as we go on board. Almost mid-air right there. Now we keep pushing on. Quad Doc dropped a second, took back the lead, and now Jordill back in the number 1 spot. This is fine racing right here as they now blank the other 2 pilots. This is for fun. Now Jordill back ahead of Quad Doc, leading by about 12 feet. Quad Doc going to try and roll in Jordill. Just about made the pass there. I think the pass just about happened. Now Jordill now 2 gates ahead of Quad Doc. They are going to be 1 and 2. Here comes Jordill across the line. 3 laps in a minute 50. And Quad Doc with another one of those spectacular finishes there to finish up in the number 2 spot. 2 laps, a minute 53. Not the worst right there. Good watching. That one was a lot of fun. The win going to Jordill. Second going to go to Quad Doc. And so we'll go 3rd to DeBits, 4th to Jeff PV. And we'll get set to move them up. Gone 2 channel changes to worry about. Jordill going to go to Fat Shark 2 when you're back with Quad Doc in race 34 on our program. That's a break of about 3. And then DeBits, a channel change to race band 1. DeBits when you come back with Jeff PV in match number 33. I love sport class. We're seeing those pilot profile pics. Looks like 1 sponsored pilot, DeBits. A Deadlock FPV team pilot. Jeff PV representing the Helldivers Union. 156. Up next, we're at match 3 of our B main bracket. Bend FPV, Mookie, Reverb FPV, and King. You're up on deck. YCAF R3 _ Alex _ Freedom Duck. And in the hole, Minehawk B Dub Bits, Jeff PV, 3 away. Getting set to grid up match number 3. There was a great shot there moments ago of our tunnel. Phil Baxter, one of our crew from the start of setup. He leaked it. He leaked it on the official WhatsApp group for team pilots and on Facebook as well. Said, guys, there's a tunnel. Practice for a tunnel. That is a great backdrop right there. For us, line of sight, looking out on the track. Along with a bunch of other great partners you see. Team Black Sheep up in that stretch elevated gate. A stretch double. There's the permanent stage here at the No Quarter Ranch, home of the MultiGP Championship for the last 2 years. This is our 3rd year at the No Quarter Ranch. We're here in 2021. Heads Up FPV won his 3rd MultiGP Championship. Last year, of course, MCK FPV, our MultiGP champion. We're going green. It's a preliminary round. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone. Less than 5. Pretty hot group here, getting things underway. Reverb FPV getting the whole shot. The one to watch here is King, bottom right-hand corner of our screen. He is your bump up from the C main into the B. Definitely holding his own, qualifying 26th this week, was pretty much the top of the lower main. And your high seed in this one, Bend FPV, right now running in the number 1 spot. Bend FPV leading, about to go on to lap number 2. High seed, the lead after 1, 31.4, getting up to 68 miles an hour. Then it was King, Reverb FPV, and Mookie. 1, 2, 3, 4. After 1 lap down. 2 to go. Bend goes through Emax. Here comes King through Emax. Up into the number 2 spot. Was looking for Reverb to get through. Reverb is within the mix. And Mookie not too far behind him. Less than 3 seconds the last time around. 1 more lap to go. There's Bend getting up to 60 mile an hour. There's King, 64 miles an hour. Reverb, the number 3 spot. It looks like 4.7 seconds separating them. And Mookie having some issues. Back on lap number 2. Bend, Reverb, King. Let's wave a checkered flag. Bend FPV with the W and the win. Of course, your highest seed in this one, representing the country of Canada. And then it is going to be King in second, 3 laps a minute 35. Reverb in third. Just under 2 seconds back from him, and 1 to finish up. Roger Bess, if you're nearby, can you come and see us? Roger Bess, if you're nearby. There's Mookie across the line in 4th. So the win to Bend, 2nd to King, 3rd to Reverb, and 4th to Mookie. Something weird is going on with the timing system here. I'm just going to grab the mouse, Michelle. Not sure what is going on. Use heads up first lap. Mark after 2. Mark when complete. Round. Heads up. A lap. There we go. Isn't that weird? Oh, because we had bumps. That's why. I fixed the problem. Bend and King moving up. Confirmed? Confirmed. All right, let's do it. Bend and King, match number 36. No channel changes. A break of about 5. Reverb, FPV, and Mookie. Match number 35. No channel changes. No channel changes. Well, we got a bump up from our C main. That's Freedom Duck. From 2 hours to the north. Tampa, Florida, last year was top 20 in sport. The year before was top 40 in sport. And as we sit right now, looking to be top 25 or better. We also have underscore Alex underscore. Last year was top 10 in sport. Also hit the podium a year ago in the Collegiate Drone Racing Championship. R3, one of our veterans. First met him in 2017, finished top 10, the 2017 championship in Reno. Top 100 in Vegas. And top 100 in pro in Florida. Comes back, qualifying in the number 20 spot this week. And your high seed, your TQ of our B main, YKEF from Maryville, Tennessee, competing in his first Sport Class Championship. All right, pilots, we're going green. Arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races we go. Great day for a drone race. Your TQ YKF with the whole shot and leading the charge. So the new guy, and of course the veteran R3 running second. Top 100 in pro, what was that, 6 years ago? And well, now we have a different deviation on pro and sports. And you see him, he still has our leader within his sights, running in that number 2 spot. As it's underscore Alex underscore and Freedom Duck looking for the transfer position. Underscore Alex underscore getting ahead of Freedom Duck. And so it's YKF underscore Alex underscore Freedom Duck and R3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now your leader, your TQ, even though we don't have Chase the Ace, we're doing unofficial Iron Man. He just lost it. He crashed out into the consolation bracket. We take YKF, which I believe moved up underscore Alex underscore into the lead, but Freedom Duck and R3 right with them. It's going to be R3 leading on to lap number 3. There's R3, 56 miles an hour, 1.4 seconds back. Freedom Duck running second, and underscore Alex underscore in third, 1.9 seconds back. But oohs and ahs, that was Freedom Duck, who was running second, just crashed out. We're down to 2. R3 and underscore Alex underscore. They're separated by about 4 seconds. And they're the 2 that are set to advance. As we bring the veteran around, R3 with the win of match number 4. He was your second highest seed in the heat, but he will get the win. Underscore Alex underscore pulls up second. Third going to go to Freedom Duck. Fourth to YKF, our top qualifier. So even though there is no Iron Man mode would have been disengaged. And that one is done. As we move them on up, winners brackets and consolation bracket, R3 and underscore Alex underscore. We're going to take you to match number 36. No channel changes. Freedom Duck and YKF to match 35. No channel changes, no channel changes. That was match 32 of our race program. Sometimes a little tough for us to follow along all the race numbers aligning with this, but it's one big race program starting with our D-Main first race this morning, just after 9 a.m., working our way to our championship Final 4 for Chase the Ace tonight. 56 plus matchups here on the sport class track at the championship. Of course, our track this year designed by SFPV, Colby Curtola. Probably know him from the Velocidrone Racing League and several sim tournaments. Also a staple at many of our MultiGP championships and International Open and Mayhem team races. Part of the Baylands chapter in California. And surprised we didn't see him here at the 2023 MultiGP Championship. He doesn't miss that many. In fact, he was on a plane on his way to International Open with his traveling mates. He was flying with Ferry and JFK and a few others. And their plane got canceled, and so everyone decided to play their own travel agent, and SFPV found an earlier flight connecting through Dallas to get to Muncie, and he got on that one and got stuck in Dallas when it was all said and done and wasn't able to make it to I.O. So I thought we'd see him here this week at Champs, but he isn't here. But, of course, it's great that we can pay some homage to our good buddy SFPV. He's been part of Team USA in the past. 2019 was on Team USA at the FAI World Title in China. But track designer, or course designer here for the 2023 MultiGP Champs Week. We're at match number 5. Third and fourth going to be done. Positions 25 through 28 when it's all said and done. Top 2 advancing a little further on in our race program. The consolation bracket with a path to our Final 4 tonight, if we're able to make it happen. It's Jeff PV, from Michigan, the number 22 seed. DeBitz from Colorado, the number 19 seed. Mayan Hawk from Pennsylvania, the number 29 seed. And your highest seed in this one, B-Dub from California, the number 18 seed. Competing in his first Sport Class Championship was number 203 on the list. We're going green. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone. Less than 5. Underway we go. Hull shot 2 to bits. Got about a 12-foot lead over B-Dub, Jeff PV, and Mayan Hawk. That was Jeff PV with a yaw spin and death. Is he able to recover? Going to try and get back up in the air. Not looking so promising right there for Jeff PV. Qualifying the number 22 spot. And again, we look at that finish. That is going to be 25 to 28. So dropping a few positions, but top 30 finish. At least it wasn't last, which was his fear. We got B-Dub and DeBitz, your two leaders, onto lap 2. Mayan Hawk 3.4 seconds back from the transfer position, top 2 to stay alive, starting with 4, down to 3, as B-Dub still holding off DeBitz. But a 4-gate lead, B-Dub over DeBitz, and Mayan Hawk about 5 gates back behind them. Now B-Dub with some issues at the Hobby Wing dive gate. He now takes a second attempt, a third attempt, a fourth attempt. He gets through. And that was enough for DeBitz to get by. DeBitz now leading on to lap number 3. Mayan Hawk up into second now. And B-Dub goes from the leader back into the back of the caboose in the number 3 spot. 2.8 seconds off of Mayan Hawk. So Mayan Hawk went from offense to defense as we push on. DeBitz is still in fine form. No one getting in front of him as of yet. Going through his Hobby Wing dive gate. He's got that one on lock. And you still got Mayan Hawk running second, but B-Dub now 2 gates back. DeBitz getting the win on this one to stay alive. And something just happened there. That was, I think, B-Dub crashing out. Mayan Hawk pulling up second, 3.3 seconds back off of our leader. And B-Dub trying to make that last send to our checkered gate. But unfortunately, his journey is going to come to an end right there. Tough break for B-Dub. We also lost Jeff PV, lost him on the opening lap. So DeBitz and Mayan Hawk moving on up. And B-Dub and Jeff PV will be waiting for the next couple of races to see where they will finish up in their final ranking here in 2023. DeBitz and Mayan Hawk moving to match 37. No channel changes. No channel changes. Unknown subject says, Bits video looking rough. Yeah, can confirm. Not sure what was going on there. We're at match number 6 of 14 of our B main bracket. For those following along the heat sheets, that is match number 34 of our full race program. You want to see the heat sheets as they update dynamically? MultiGP.live/sport2023. You'll see how we started the day. We're in a winner's bracket race. Top 2 moving to the semifinal, the winner's bracket. Bottom 2 into the consolation bracket with a chance to redeem themselves. Let's go green. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone, less than 5. We're underway in a big way. Sidewinder was leading. Jordill gets in front of him, though. They're 1 and 2. Then it is Sidewinder and Quad Doc. 1, 2, 3, 4. But Taxu, holy, on the gas and going fast. Going to be our second highest seed in this one. He was 15th in qualifying to Jordill in 14th. Now it's Sidewinder and Jordill. 1 and 2 on to lap number 2. Quad Doc running third now. 5.5 seconds back from the transfer position. And we lost our leader, Taxu, on the opening lap. Now, it was a winner's bracket race, so not the worst. Not the worst. Taxu's journey not done, just a little more difficult as we look back to Jordill and Sidewinder. It's Sidewinder ahead of Jordill. Let's see Jordill trying to catch up to Sidewinder. They're separated by not that much. 1.3 seconds. Sidewinder leading Jordill on to lap number 3. And we lost Quad Doc on lap number 2. He's trying to recover his craft remotely, hoping to get himself back up in the air and kind of hoping for a crash in front of him for a top 2 finish to move into our semifinal of our winner's bracket. Sidewinder to our Hobby Wing dive gate now into that tsunami section. About to hit our speed trap and our checkered line. Sidewinder with the win. And 0.5 of a second behind him was Jordill in the number 2 spot. They move to the semifinal of the winner's bracket. And Quad Doc gets back up to make it official. He's about halfway through. Halfway through lap number 3. On our previous race, we had a DVR review, but results are now official on everything up until this point. Thank you, Stark. Everything's official up to this point. Quad Doc getting it done. 3 laps, 2 minutes 15 to finish up third. FPV Gap says, nice, Jordill. Yeah, it was a good finish for Jordill. Of all the races, that was the best. Up next, let's move Sidewinder and Jordill. Sidewinder and Jordill, you're moving to match number 39. No channel changes. No channel changes. Quad Doc and Taxu. I got channel changes for both of you. Quad Doc to Fat Shark 2, Taxu to Fat Shark 4. Quad Doc, Fat Shark 2, Taxu, Fat Shark 4. When you come back in match number 37. That's a break of about 3. That was match number 34. And that one is in the books. And results official up to this point. Judges say that one was a clean race. As we get ready for match number 35, also known as 7. Reverb FPV, Mookie, Freedom Duck, and YCAF, you're up. On deck, Bend FPV, King, R3, _ Alex _ and in the hole, DeBits, Mayan Hawk, Quad Doc, and Taxu. So on the combined heat sheet of the entire day, multigp.live/sport2023, we are on race 35. And then on the graphics we'll see here momentarily, we're on race number 7. If you have a Fiat, your alarm's going off. Can't hear it here because it's a Fiat. Yeah, it's a little tiny. Someone's trying to give it back, yeah. Someone jacked your car and then said, this is a bad idea. You got a Fiat, your alarm's going off. And I mean, there's not much ma in that lipo, in that car. So, dude, you want to start your car, you better turn off your car alarm. You know what I'm saying? It's match number 7. This is an elimination race. You got YKF, your TQ for the B main in this one. Competing in his first sport class championship. Now in those consolation brackets, trying to redeem himself. You got Freedom Duck, who was top 20 last year, 25th in qualifying this year. You got Mookie, who the last 2 years was top 20 in sport. 8th in 2021, 16th in 2022, 17th in qualifying this week. And Reverb FPV, competing in his first sport class championship. 250th on the list, 24th in qualifying this week. And we're going green. Top 2 advance. Bottom 2 finish somewhere in that 25 to 27 range. We're going green. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. Yes, sir. Every day is a great race, a great day for a drone race, unless you're Reverb. Holy, spiked it into the ground. Starting with 4, down to 3. And your TQ, your leader right now. Freedom Duck right behind him. Mookie right behind him. Starting things off with a bunch of momentum. Now you got Freedom Duck getting ahead of Mookie. So it's YCAF getting up to 65 miles an hour onto lap number 2. Then Freedom Duck, then Mookie. And there's only 0.4 of a second separating them for that number 3 spot to stay alive here in this B main. The midway point of our bracket of our B main, trying to get our top 4 out of the group into our championship top 16 at 6:30 here tonight. Wow, Mookie and Freedom Duck, that's a huge battle for the number 2 spot. One more lap to go for YCAF as Freedom Duck and Mookie again trading places. Mookie pulling ahead of Freedom Duck. Now Freedom Duck not used to seeing Mookie in front of him, so he now drops about 4 gates back. Mookie onto lap number 3. Here comes Freedom Duck onto lap number 3 here in just a moment. And wow, that is a big gap. 9 seconds now, Freedom Duck behind Mookie. So YCAF, Mookie, Freedom Duck, 1, 2, 3. Right now it's all YCAF and Mookie for those 2 positions to stay alive. YCAF with the win. So there you go. Iron Man mode disengaged, but redeems himself in a big way here on match number 7/35. And there's Mookie staying alive. Mookie pulling up second. Third going to go to Freedom Duck. Fourth going to go to Reverb FPV. And so that means positions 25 through 28 have been decided. 28th will be Reverb. 27th will be Jeff PV. Freedom Duck will be 26th. Not too bad after qualifying 25th. And then B-Dub will be 25th. A top 25 finish for B-Dub. As we get set to move YCAF and Mookie up to match number 10/38. No channel changes. YCAF and Mookie, you're back in 38. That's a break of about 3. Getting set for another winner's bracket race. Bend FPV, King, R3, _ Alex _ You're up on deck. Will be DeBits, Mine Hawk, Quad Doc, Taxu. And the whole YCAF, Mookie, and 3rd and 4th in this next race. Top 2 advancing to the semifinal, the winner's bracket versus Sidewinder and Jordill. You know it's a great day when the sun is shining, the quads are racing, and Edward Sheerhan is on the PA. Who doesn't love Ed Sheeran? There's a look on the screen here. 4 pilots getting set to fly. Of course, Bend FPV from Trois-Rivières, Quebec. That's just on the border between Ontario and Quebec, Canada. So what would the equivalent of that be? About Take New York State, slice it in half, go straight up. That's about where Bend FPV calls home. He was with us last year. Finished top 30, and already has climbed his way up a bunch. Qualified 16th this week, and here in this B main, huge chance to be in our Final Four at the end of the day. This one, we also got the veteran King, 26th in qualifying this week. The other veteran R3 we talked about from California, welcome back. And underscore Alex underscore, last year was top 10. We're going green. Winner's bracket race. Top 2 go to the semifinal. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone. Lesson 5. Well, the sound you hear is full send. 4 pilots working their way closer to our championship here. The 2023 Sport Class Championship, presented in part by Orca, becoming the world's #1 technology company for FPV. Issues for R3. He's trying to recover his craft remotely. Looks like he may be successful in his efforts. As here comes Bend FPV along with underscore Alex underscore Alex underscore just ahead of Bend. And underscore Alex underscore with some issues in the tunnel. We have not seen anyone really crash into the tunnel like that. So many firsts as he went from first into second, not the worst. We're chasing Bend as King gets onto that lead lap. He is 6.2 seconds back from going to the semifinal, the winner's bracket. Otherwise, he's going to be grinding in some lower brackets. And again, we're working on lap 2, still with 1 more lap to go. Here comes Bend, your leader after lap 2 and 3, on to lap number 3. We got Alex on that lead lap. He's 4.2 seconds back here on the final lap. And King has caught up to the field. He was 6 seconds back, now still within about 6 to 10 seconds back onto lap number 3. As it all comes down to this final lap to send him to that semifinal, the winner's bracket. No guarantees as of yet. So we look to Bend FPV, about to meet our checkered line. That's 3 laps in 1:39 for Bend FPV. Alex underscore 4 seconds back in second to go to the third. Going to go to King. 4th to R3. And that one will be under review. So underscore Alex underscore, we're going to move you up, but you are under review. So tentatively, we're going to move Bend FPV and underscore Alex underscore to match number 39. Got a channel change for Alex. It'll be to race band 8. King and R3 going to match 38. And R3, you're going to go to Fat Shark 4. That's our sole channel change there. And again, that is tentative, pending DVR review. And as I look to the results there, that one is almost all under review. Bend is under review. King is under a review. Underscore Alex underscore is under review. So our review team will get on it. And in the interim, we'll grid up Debits, Mayan Hawk, Quad Doc, and Taxu. Match number 9/37. You get a review. You get a review. Everyone gets a review. On deck, match number 10, YKF, Mookie, King, and R3. And in the hole, Sidewinder, Jordale, Bend FPV, and underscore Alex underscore. We're one screen behind there, Doug. Oh, I see what they did. They didn't put the result in that last one because that one is fully under review. So that was the right graphic. It's just missing a new graphic. Big stamps at under review. Hold your tickets. I'm so not looking forward to the results of that DVR review. Unless everyone was perfect, which I don't think they were, I think we're going to have a lot of work to do. Which means we'll be in a holding pattern after this race, Paul. We'll be in a holding pattern after this race. Yep. Got a full video. We're just waiting the track to be clear. This is match number 9. And so third and fourth will be eliminated, finishing in positions 21 through 24. Top 2 advancing further on in the competition and could bump from this B main into our A main championship a little bit later on. There's a look at Mayan Hawk on the left-hand side of your screen. 29th in qualifying. Last year's second runner-up. Let's go green, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Beautiful start. Watching DeBits. Looks like he's still leading the game. Flying through the pain with that sketchy video. We have 2 ground stations on them, and I can tell you both ground stations say it's gnarly video, but you know, sometimes when you look at our first ever MultiGP champion and our first ever 2-time MultiGP champion, Sean Taylor, Night Fury, he would purposely practice with shaky video. At the drone races, you never know what to expect, so he would fly without antennas or at least shattered antennas, and you can see it looks like DeBits is on the same program as with shoddy video. He's your leader by a bunch after 1. He leads the field by 12.4 seconds. There's Taxu on to lap number 2, running second. Mayan Hawk running third, 1.3 seconds back. And Quad Doc trying to get caught up to the field. Looks like almost everyone having issues. And Taxu now down. He was running second. That moves up Mayan Hawk in the number 2 spot. Quad Doc into third. But Quad Doc is now about 16 seconds back. White flag flying. 1 more to go for DeBits. On to lap number 3. We take him. Had a 12-second lead, and that looks to be about a 15-second lead. Mayan Hawk running second right now. Mayan Hawk gets on to lap number 3. 1 more to go for him. Yeah, 15 seconds back behind DeBits. I'll tell you want a highlight reel, just play that one back right there. Calling the numbers. Dollar bills, calling your winners. A little bit of a bobble there for DeBits, but he has the time to spare. As we get Quad Doc now onto that lead lap, he's 18 seconds back. Not sure if it's going to be enough. I'm looking at a blurry video going in and out here on Mayan Hawk, but I think Mayan Hawk's able to fly through his pain. DeBits is your winner. And second going to go to Mayan Hawk, flying smooth across the line. Finishes up in the number 2 spot, 15 seconds back from your leader, but not the worst. We're just looking for first and second here at this stage of the program. And so third is about to go to Quad Doc as he slowly limps that duck across the line. And so it's going to be a finish in that 21 to 24 range for Quad Doc and Taxu. At this point, 8 minutes. 8 minutes sounds good. And so we're going to move DeBits and Mayan Hawk up to match number 40. No channel changes. No channel changes. So we are in a holding pattern before we go to the next matchup, which will be Mykef, Mookie, King, and R3. Again, we're going to go in a slight holding pattern, about 5 or so minutes. Then on deck after them will be Sidewinder, Jordil, BendFPV _ Alex _. And then in the hole will be DeBits, Mayan Hawk. And it sounds like that last race is now under review as well. So results are unofficial, which means Quad Doc, don't put your quad away as of yet. So in the one that we just run, one of our judges flagged Debits on lap 2, first dive. So that will have to be reviewed. And so either Debits remains in the on-deck heat or Quad Doc will take his place in the on-deck heat. So that is under review. I heard a no, that might have been Quad Doc. Quad Doc thought he was done. He may not be done. But Debits now will be under review on that. And then, of course, we're in a holding pattern because the run previous to this is under review as well. That was the Bend, King, R3, and underscore Alex underscore is under review. Because Bend, who was first, might not have gone through the bottom of the triple on lap number 1. Underscore Alex underscore is fine. But let's say it's not good for Bend. That would then move King into position. And I think, but then there was more in that one, right? So if Bend is not good, that would move King in play. But Bend is now good after confirmation. And then underscore Alex underscore was not on the review list. So that means race 8 is good. Results are official now on race 8. What does that mean? Bend, FPV, and underscore Alex underscore are still moving to match 11. So they're in the on-deck circle. Oh, wait, there is... No, this is why, yeah. It's not in a clean list. I'm looking at a chat. So underscore Alex underscore is under review. Might not have gone through the tunnel on lap 2. So that is being reviewed. So let's say he didn't. That is now going to move King up. And then King would be not up now. Underscore Alex would be up now. So this DVR review, looking at underscore Alex underscore, and now it is confirmed he missed the tunnel. Did he go back? No? And so now we're reviewing King. Let me see what happened with King. King missed 4 gates during lap 2. Okay. So if King missed, if he missed that many, yeah, this is dirty. I'm going to go back to the original results here. And that's why we're in this holding pattern right now. So Bend is good, right? We've confirmed that. Bend is good. Underscore Alex underscore is not. So that is going to give him 3rd. Okay, so that means underscore Alex underscore is up now. That we know. But here's where it also gets tricky. So with underscore Alex underscore having his run changed. Oh, but here's the thing. So underscore Alex underscore did 3 laps. He might have gone, so he loses lap 2, so that gives him 2 laps. So that would move King in. But King is now under review. Missed 4 gates during lap number 2. Now, if that is the case, that is going to move R3 into the winner's bracket. So, does that make a difference here? Yeah, this next race. Right now it has underscore Alex underscore in it for being 3rd. So... oh, that's the thing. So King right now, it has him moving to the winner's bracket, but we're now verifying King's situation. So right now we don't really know anything other than Bend. We know that Bend is not up now, and Bend will be up in race 11. D, C, B. All right. So we're just going to figure some things out on this one. Again, we appreciate your patience as we are in that slight holding pattern here, trying to figure things out. Unknown subject says, beer run. Yeah, great call. Already ahead of you, unknown subject. FPV Gab says, race is life. Yeah, heck yeah. Unknown subject. Man, this is the definition of a steward's inquiry. Yeah, serial. Yeah, this is, I'm not sure if we've seen something like this. And so now another note comes in from our officials that I guess _Alex_ appealed his decision, and after further review, his was good. For reals. All right. Take it back, take it back. All right, so I think we are now caught up. And I will adjust this, which should match that. Just give me one brief second. Bend 1, Alex 2, King 3. And so results are official as originally set. Bend first, Alex second, King third, R3 fourth. And so no further review required. I'll explain why here in just a second, but that means we're now at match 10, Wyckoff, Mookie, King, and R3. So that is now, I'm not sure if that's what you have on your sheet, but that's what we're going to be looking for. Now, Wyckoff, Mookie, King, and R3 in match number 38. That's where we're running now. Yep. On deck will be 39, a.k.a. 11, Sidewinder, Jordil, Bend FPV, and _Alex_. And then in the hole will be DeBits, Mayan Hawk, and third and fourth in this next one. So what happened? We had a whole bunch of things under review, and using our DVR system, which runs at 30 frames a second, _Alex_, it looked like he crashed into the tunnel and then went straight up. And so he appealed the decision. He's like, I went through the tunnel. And very rare that something like this has happened. It's not the first time, but he had his DVR on his goggles, and they played back the DVR on the goggles, which records at a higher frame rate than the security camera DVR. And after reviewing that, he was able to prove that he did go all the way through the tunnel before the punch-out, which we all witnessed. And so, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. And so results were as they were. No penalties, at least in our top two. And so not the worst. And now we pick things up where we left them off. We're at match number 10. Elimination race in third and fourth in this one. We'll finish up 21st through 24th overall in sport. There's a look at our 4 pilots facing elimination. We're going green. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. We are underway. A whole shot going to go to Wyckoff. Remember, we just met Wyckoff. Wyckoff, this is his first sport class championship. He's your TQ of the B main. Lost his Ironman, but now that gives him 1 extra race to come in hot. And I mean, here's a pilot you're pretty much going to expect to see advance to the A main, running a race of his own right now. Well, the rest of the field grinding it out for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Air brakes right there for Wyckoff. He is in control. 67 miles an hour in through the speed trap. Mookie across the line in 2nd, on to lap number 2, and Mookie goes down Rainbow Road on the HD0 ground station. And so from 2nd into what looks to be 4th, we take King and R3 on to lap number 2. 2 to go. They are about 13 or 14 seconds off of our leader, who just crashed out. Wyckoff now going to try and recover. This is an elimination race. Looks like we've eliminated Mookie. Are we going to eliminate our top qualifier in the B main? He's doing everything he can as we have now moved King and R3 up into the 1 and 2 positions. Here comes King on to lap number 3. And we get set to bring R3 around. 2 veteran pilots here in our sport class. And now King a little loosey-goosey, but he's got all the time in the world. R3 now gets on to that 3rd and final lap, 10 seconds behind our leader. Wyckoff is now pretty side down, about to take off, but has not got back in the air as of yet. His antenna is buried in that long grass. That's why the video feed is not the best. And I think that grass affecting his propeller as well. And he is trying everything he can, but pretty much it is going to be a walkout to retrieve him. King getting the win, and King remains alive here out of match number 10. And it's all about the veterans here in match number 10. Let's bring across R3. He's back again in the number 2 spot. R3 pulling up 2nd, which is going to give 3rd to Wyckoff, 4th to Mookie. And so it is going to be a sport class send-off for Mookie, finishing up the number 17 spot overall. And, 24 spot overall, qualifying 17th, dropping to 24th. And Wyckoff going to finish up 21st overall after coming out of the qualifying in the number 13 spot, losing a few positions. And so now after 9 and 10 are complete, using the round of elimination with a tiebreaker of qualifying order, what we saw in round 9, Taxu officially finishing up now 23rd, Quad Doc finishing up officially 22nd. After that stage, the competition is now complete, and so we'll take King and R3 to match number 40. We have a channel change for King, going to Fat Shark 2. King to Fat Shark 2. R3, no channel change for you as you come back with King in match number 40. Which is race 12 for those following along online. We're now at match 11. Semifinal of the winner's bracket is where we're at. Following along on the sheets, multigp.live/sport 2023. We are at race number 39, match number 39. On the screen, match 11. What does that all mean? We're at the semifinal of the winner's bracket. Question coming in, well, what's the final order? What was the final order in that last race? That last race was King 1st, R3 2nd, Wyckoff 3rd, Mookie 4th. And where we are here in our B main, which was qualifiers 13 through 24 of the 55 pilots, we have 20 pilots remaining. So right now our TQ of the B main, Wyckoff, finished up 21st overall. 22nd, Quad Dog. 23rd, Taxu. 24th, Mookie. 25th, B-Dub. 26th, Freedom Duck. 27th, Jeff PV. 28th, Reverb FPV. 29, came from our C main. Two Dog RC was 29th, Jason 30th, Alien 31st, Claybrain 32nd. And there's a whole bunch more, another 25 that we'll go through. So now we've taken our field of 55 sport class pilots down to our top 20 remaining in the competition. Question coming in on the YouTube chat from Just JFPV. Question is pro better or sport? Well, it depends on what you're asking, Just JFPV. If you want a great time, sport is where it's at. That's coming in from our founder and CEO, Chris Thomas. You want a dramatic time? I guess sport is kind of dramatic, but pro is where we see some of those things that you cannot script. And of course, to get to this stage of our championship, remember we started 121 global qualifiers with 824 pilots ranked across the world. We took positions 1 through 150, and they're invited for our Pro Class Championship, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then positions 151 and onwards, the first 64 pilots to purchase tickets from there, are in our sport class that we're featuring right now. And again, we've gone from 55 sport pilots to 20, and this is the semifinal of the winners bracket. Top 2 advance to the championship top 16 tonight under the big lights and racing for position in one more race this afternoon. 3rd and 4th, not the worst. Daikon says, let's go sides. Is that, let's go teams. I hope everyone has a good time. We're going green. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races we go. The pressure is on. This is where the excitement comes in. And oh, Canada. Oh, hi, oh. We just lost a Canuck and a Buckeye pilot. Jordill and _Alex_ up into the 1 and 2 spot. So we're going to see if Bend FPV, the Canadian, can recover, and if Sidewinder FPV can bring a gear. Now, there's no tears under those Orca, Fat Shark, or HD0 goggles. No tears, as we do have another chance. This isn't an elimination round. We'll send him to the redemption round in the next one. And we're seeing a static screen for Bend FPV. He is done as we get set to go into lap number 2 now. Alex_, your leader, 3.2 seconds back. Sidewinder running second. Jordal, 1.1 seconds back from him in third. So started with 4, down with 3, 2 advancing to our A main and our race off for position and podium prizes as well. Don't forget about the 533 incentive fund. A lot is on the line. Every race matters over the course of Championship Wednesday. As we get set to wave a white flag, there goes _Alex_ onto his 3rd and final lap. Had a 3-second lead, and now Jordal goes down. Sidewinder goes up a position. Up into 2nd we go with him. Jordal going to try and recover his craft remotely a la turtle mode, but we may be just down to 2. Alex and Sidewinder moving their way up into our A main. Jordal gets back up, has some grass in front of his camera, a little souvenir for match number 11. And issues for him. Wave a checkered for _Alex_. He is A main top 16 bound as our winner of match 39/11. Sidewinder pulling up the number 2 spot. He advances up into our A main. And still with more racing to go here in the B. Jordill, 3rd. More racing to go for him. He'll go to the semifinal, the redemption bracket. And Bend FPV will pull up 4th. Jordill, this doesn't count, so you want to conserve the craft and the lipo. And bring her in right there. Match 11, race 39 is complete. So, of course, lots of excitement for _Alex_ and Sidewinder, A main bound. But we do have another race for podium prizes and 533 incentive funds. And for positioning as well in that A main top 16 bracket tonight under the bright lights. We'll take _Alex_ and Sidewinder to match 42, a.k.a. final 14. No channel changes. Jordan and Bend FPV going to match 41. No channel changes. That's a break of 1. A break of 1. So last year, underscore Alex underscore was top 6, and he is now top 16 bound to see if he can do as good, if not better. Sidewinder, last year's reserve champion. This week qualifying a little deep in 23rd, but now he is top 16 bound as well. So we saw some smiles in their profile pics a few moments ago. I'm sure we'll see some more smiles as the afternoon moves on. Getting set for match number 12, a.k.a. race 40. DeBitz, King, R3, and Mayan Hawk. Next to run. On deck will be the top 2 in this race, Jordan and Bend FPV. Johnny 5 FPV says that first dive is a killer for cold fingers that haven't flown in a few hours. Ouch. I concur, Johnny 5. When I watched the first fly-through on this course, IRL in real life. Now, the obviously the Velocidrone fly-through looked kind of smooth. I think I winced a little bit at the first dive and the second dive, and definitely the first dive, a more aggressive dive than the second. But, yeah, watching it in real life the first time, totally winced the shoulders up on that, as it is super tight to go through our first dive, which is our Emax dive gate, to that almost immediate Tattoo Gens Ace gate. Whereas with the Hobby Wing one, we also go Hobby Wing dive. That's the second dive gate to a, I believe it too is a Tattoo gate, but more of a straighter line, as it were. But yeah, it definitely is a separator. But let's look back to the second MultiGP championship. That was the one in 2016 in Muncie, Indiana. And when they did the Sky Bridge feature, they would come off that Sky Bridge and then go down into a carousel. Same sort of idea right there is you do a dive and a turn. Now, SFPV, our course designer, was he thinking that, or is it just a deja vu moment all over again, as you do want a move that separates the sport from the top of sport, and that is definitely what we're seeing with that section right there. Unknown Subject says, different setup IRL, a little bit if you take the actual sim track and compare it to this one. There was one section we had a concern about judging flags, and so they've lowered something by adding a gate. So there is one slight modification. But aside from that, I believe the measurements are the same as to scale as what you'd see in the sim, especially on the 2 dives in question. I say that with authority, but I did say the word I believe. So I believe. I'm looking at Andre. He's like, I guess so. I don't know. Well, it's time to see some tears. And it's time to crack some beers. Yes, sir. New T-shirt. MultiGP store right there. I don't even know what I was going to say next. I've talked myself into it. Here we are, match number 12. 3rd and 4th eliminated. That's the tears part. But finishing 19th and 20th overall, that's the beers part. And, of course, top 2 advancing to race back-to-back in the semifinal of the Consolation Bracket, one step closer from our top 16. And that is not the beers. That's the whiskey time. Yeah, we got to celebrate. Let's get a handle. Good luck, pilots. We're going green. Arm your quadcopters. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. We're underway. 0 problems. This is a hot one. Watching King. He is definitely flying hot. Got the whole shot. He is just in front of the field. But you got Mayan Hawk, DeBitz, and R3 within the chase. And there's Mayan Hawk into a gate. Looks like he might be able to recover it. This one is all King. Aviators watching online from afar. Thought I was going to see him. We got the sport class after party tonight. Thought I'd be hanging out with him. He's cheering on King. And it's DeBits R3 King, 1, 2, and 3. How about some shuffling up on that one? Only 2 seconds, first to second to third, means anyone's game with another lap and a half or a little bit more still to go. We had DeBits up in the number 1 spot. Look at him. He's got a gear. He's got a pretty good lead there. As you look at R3 has gained a position as well. And getting set to wave a white flag. One more to go for DeBits on to lap 3. We take him. Here comes R3 up in second on to the third and final lap. So King is in third, 3 seconds back from R3. So he will need to get out of the number 3 spot by passing R3. Otherwise, he'll be celebrating a little early. The final lap here of match number 12 to see who's going to move one step closer to our final 4. Oohs and ahs. That was King with issues. Looks like we got Mayan Hawk back up in the air. Not sure it's going to be enough. DeBits gets the win. DeBits remains alive. And R3 pulling up the number 2 spot. Didn't make it? Which one? The one that just went through? Ooh. Mayan Hawk, if you're able to get back up. No, he got shut down. So Mayan Hawk, you're not able to do it. You got shut down. When DeBits went through the last lap, you went through the last lap. So Paul Atkins was watching line of sight, says R3 did not get through the start-finish gate. However, King crashed out on lap number 3. And when DeBits crossed through the start-finish gate, that means everyone finishes their lap wherever they are. And so that shut down Mayan Hawk. So Mayan Hawk will pull up 4th in that one. He was going to try and turtle there, but we're just going to destroy something right there. And so 3rd is going to go to King. So 4th Mayan Hawk, 3rd King. R3 and DeBits racing back to back. We got some channel changes. R3 to Race Band 8. DeBits to Fat Shark 4. Oh, wait, hold on. Don't hit any buttons yet. R3 is already on 4. So that means DeBits, you're going to go to Race Band 8. That's our sole channel change. DeBits to Race Band 8. As you and R3 are now back to back. Semifinal, the Consolation Bracket. Chat's blowing up for Bits. Bumper says Bits. Unknown Subject says, Bits, shut it down. Yeah, he did a little bit. Perfect time for Ryan from HD0 to check out the going-ons and going-ons. What's the warranty on that? Yeah. You got a spare? No. Did you bring any OSD screens or whatever? UI screens? So we do have a review on that last one, but only for finish position. Review for 3rd on that last heat. That is only for overall ranking. The difference between 19th and 20th. As we get set to grid up the semifinal, the Consolation Bracket here in just a few moments. Where 3rd and 4th will be 17th and 18th. And the top 2 are top 16 bound with another race.
Scully. New Fox Racing
2023.
Well, welcome back. We've charged some lipos, and we're set to go green semifinal, the Consolation Bracket. Top two are A main, Sport Class, Championship, Top 16 bound. This is the time to shine. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races we go. 4 pilots, they are hungry and looking for it. And oh, Canada again. Bend is just having so much bad luck. We'll see if he's able to recover. Went from second to the back of the pack, as it looks like we are chasing Jordill, then R3 and DeBits. Now DeBits and Jordill are almost on top of each other. R3 dropping to the number 3 spot. And it's DeBits just ahead of Jordill. You can see DeBits in Jordill's FPV feed. Ben's trying to catch up to our field. And this is only lap number 1 as we take DeBits on to lap 2. Jordill's 9/10 of a second back. Both of them over 50 miles an hour in our speed trap. And Jordill a little loosey-goosey, but not losing too much time. He is now about 3 gates back behind, now 4 gates back behind DeBits. But that's for 1 and 2. Looks like Bend FPV has snaked his way up there a little bit. He's 4 seconds back from our top 2 for the transfer position. Still another lap to go, and they come around. DeBits, 1 more to go on to lap number 3. We take him, getting up to 67 miles an hour. Jordill and Bend FPV now tangled together in a battle for 2nd and 3rd. You want to be top 2 to stay alive and be championship top 16 bound. Even though we got more races to go in the bracket, it really is going to come down to this. DeBits still with a 4 or 5 second lead over our field. Now looks like Ben with another issue. Now Jordill with a bit of breathing room in second, but not much. We're talking about a huff, not a puff. DeBits with the win. Jordill in second, 1.8 seconds back, and Bend was close. We get him across the line right there. 5.7 seconds back in 3rd. And that is going to put Bend in the number 17 spot overall in sports. 4th going to go to R3 here in match number 13. So taking another look-see. So Bend FPV qualified 16th this week, finishing in the number 17 spot overall. And R3 moving up 2 positions, qualifying 20th this week and finishing in the number 18 spot overall. And then there was 1 race to go before the next break. It is the big race for podium prizes. DeBits, I got a channel change back to race band 1. DeBits, race band 1. For DeBits, Jordill, no channel change. Congratulations. You and DeBits are up right now with _Alex_ and Sidewinder. This is to decide the position in our championship top 16 after 6 o'clock tonight. And it is to decide our podium prizes for B main. Results official on that last race. Chris Ledford says, let's go DeBits. Props off says, you did a nice job, Jordill. That was very polite. Nice job. FPV Gap stoked for Jordill's advance to the top 16. Custom FPV celebrating for Jordill. Johnny 5 loving the battles that we saw ensue on that one. So, of course, a back-to-back situation here. And then we take a pause for the cause. I think it's going to be a long break. So in my notes, it says 6:30 for the A main bracket. And in the note we sent out, we told people to be here 30 minutes early. So that means our warm-up packs and our briefing should be at the top of the hour at 6. Please arrive at least 30 minutes ahead of your bracket's advertised start time for a pilot briefing, which immediately following we will be attempting to provide 1 or 2 warm-up packs. Yeah, so it'll be a short pause. Warm-up packs will be around 6 p.m. in the next 59 minutes, and then we should be going green with our Sport Class Championship Top 16 in about 88 minutes from right now. It'll be at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 on the West Coast, 11:30 tonight in Europe, and 10:30 tomorrow morning, Saturday morning in the future, in Australia, New Zealand, and Eastern China. Of course, we'll be racing for some podium prizes, maybe a Torval backpack, a whole bunch of other great prizes from our great partners of the 2023 MultiGP Sport Class Championship. During the commercial break, we got to visit with a few of them, such as Orca. They're loving the Orca commercial in the chat. They're cranking it up, getting their Orca on. Company whose mission is to become the world's #1 technology provider for FPV and advanced remote reality systems. iPoke Smot says tomorrow is only Thursday, not Saturday. Correct. I am wrong. I have no idea where I came up with Saturday. Thank you, iPoke Smot. It'll be 10:30 on Thursday morning. Thank you. Yeah, my bad. Cool Whip caught it too. I mean, I know it's in the future down under, but in the way future. Again, we're in a slight holding pattern here as we get some lipos in. Back-to-back situation. So we're going to be back here in a few minutes with our final four of the B main. Jordal, DeBit, Sidewinder, and Alex _ will be battling out for qualifying position in our Championship 16 and our podium prizes and 533 incentives right after this.
2023.
So, of course, we are gridding up our B main bracket final four. All four pilots are already advancing tonight's A main championship top 16. This is for podium prizes, and this is for positions in the top 16 tonight, which is happening Wednesday night, tonight. 6:30 Eastern in New York, 5:30 Central in Dallas, 3:30 Pacific in Los Angeles, 11:30 p.m. tonight, Wednesday night in London, 10:30 a.m. Thursday in Sydney, and 7:30 Thursday morning in Shenzhen, if you were trying to follow along. Now that I know what day, of course, I was a little confused. Sometimes we forget what day it is. It feels like it's Saturday. So we got an official after party, the Sport Class Championship after party tonight. Karaoke and more. Can't forget about that. Fired Up Saloon unofficial after party. As Champs Week will roll on, Thursday, tomorrow's qualifying. Friday night, we'll be back live. Looks like at 4 p.m. local time. Then on Saturday, kicking things off in the morning with the C main at 10 a.m., the B main at 2 p.m., and our championship top 16 at 7 p.m. That's on Saturday, the real Saturday. Getting set to fly here with our final four of our B main. They're already in the top 16. Qualifying in the number 23 spot, last year's reserve champion from Cleveland, Ohio. It's Sidewinder. The number 21 seed coming in over winner's bracket as well. Top 6 in sport last year, underscore Alex underscore. The number 19 seed, last year's top 5 as well. DeBits is back to defend. And our number 14 seed, highest seed this week in this group, from Columbus, Ohio, Jordill. Again, set to fly. Now, again, this is for positioning in our top 16 tonight and podium placement here in the sunshine this afternoon at the No Quarter Ranch in Citrus Springs, Florida. Whole shot rule is in play. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. A great start here for the entire field. DeBits, Sidewinder, Jordill, underscore Alex underscore. 1, 2, and 3, 4 here at the very start as they came out of that tunnel. Sidewinder got the whole shot. And again, this is for a podium finish. You're getting challenge coins, you're getting prizes, and issues for DeBits. Issues for Sidewinder. They both go static. Looks like DeBits is trying to get back into this thing, as we will now bring Jordill up to the front. He's about to go into lap number 2. Up and over we go. On to lap number 2, 50 miles an hour. 0.4 of a second behind him, underscore Alex underscore. So a race for the top of the box. Head to head, Jordill just ahead of underscore Alex underscore. Separated by about 8 feet, 10 feet. And we're seeing a lot of full send. Now they're separated by about 8 feet as Jordill goes through the dive. Underscore Alex goes through the dive. This is on lap number 2, still with 1 more to go. Jordill goes on to lap number 3. Underscore Alex underscore into lap number 3. Separated by 1.4. Out of the tunnel we go with Jordill. Out of the tunnel we go with underscore Alex underscore. Alex is trying to reel in Jordill for the top of the box. Now it's fun. Now it's time to go full send. Jordill had to double back for the tower. And so underscore Alex underscore up into the lead. Now it's Jordill playing catch up here. This time it's on lap number 3. If it has to happen, it has to happen now. Jordill has found a little bit of ground, but up we go with underscore Alex underscore, and he wins your B main championship. Then we drop 1.9 seconds back for Jordill, finishing up in the number 2 spots. And, of course, third and fourth, Sidewinder into bits, crashing on the opening lap in similar positions. And so we're going to see who crashed where, who did what when, and that'll be for third and fourth here on our podium.
We had 2 Ohio guys in there. Come on.
All right. All right, looks like DeBints was leading. That's Jordal. This channel set is kind of frustrating. All right, so our DVR review team is reviewing it. I'm reviewing it. Seeing who crashed where between DeBits and Sidewinder. And this is for third on our podium. Oh, dang. They both go through the Emacs dive gate. And then I think they immediately crash after it. DeBits crashes first, then Sidewinder. So we go through Emacs with DeBits. He goes through it first. Oh, it looks like DeBits actually went through the tattoo gate. It's a potential. And then I think it goes who successfully completes the obstacle first. I'm hearing a no. I heard no, but I'm pretty sure it may say something different in brackets, but I'm pretty sure. I think we had this discussion at the last event, and there's like 4 criteria. I mean, DeBits goes through, he bounces off the side of tattoo. He goes through tattoo. And Sidewinder does not go through tattoo. So, Roger, while you confirm that one more time, I will pull up the rule book so we make the right call. Bits does go through the next gate. Let's see. It is under finishing a race, right? Finish. It says finish in our rulebook 26 times. Finishing a race, 7.6. Timed races, first to X races. Winner, tie breaking. Pilots fail to complete the required number of laps. Placement will be based on the number of completed obstacles. If the same number of obstacles are completed by 2 or more pilots, then the tie is decided in this order. Whomever passed the crash obstacle first If that is ambiguous, then whomever passed the previous gate to that obstacle. If that is also ambiguous and not easily determined, then whoever passed the last timing checkpoint is the winner. So with that, I think it goes right to number 1, whoever passed the crash obstacle first. I think you give it to DeBits as he went through Tattoo. And then if you, let's say he doesn't go through Tattoo, he also went through the dive gate first. So that is going to be 3rd DeBits. Do you concur, Roger? So he concurs that DeBits did pass that obstacle. And so 3rd will go to DeBits, 4th will go to Sidewinder, and so we have a podium to do in just a little bit. We'll get our podium set up, which we are. Our prize is out, and get set to award some hardware. And we will bring them up when we're ready, all 4, for the final 4 photo, our podium awards as well, and all 4 of those pilots advancing to our championship top 16 here tonight. Clock is stopped at 5:18. We're going to do these awards, and then I believe we are taking a break until just ahead of 6 p.m. for our pilot briefing for the A main. Pilot briefing just ahead of 6 p.m. Our warm-up packs right at about 6 p.m. and then going green at 6:30. Alrighty. If we can have Sidewinder DeBits, Jordal, and underscore Alex underscore over to the far end of the flight line for podium presentation. All right, let's start with your second runner-up, 3rd on our podium. It came down to some excitement on lap number 1, getting through 1 extra gate ahead of his arch nemesis. Last year he's in the top 5, and right now guaranteed to be in the top 16 again. Your second runner-up, 3rd on our podium is DeBits. We go next to your reserve champion. His first showing here at the Sport Class Championship. Finishing 1.9 seconds off of our leader, going into the top 16 after qualifying 14th this week. That is Jordal. Congratulations, Jordal. And your champion. 2 years ago was top 25. Last year was 6th. And now your winner of your B main and top 16 bound, a winner by 1.9 seconds over the field, underscore Alex underscore. And we'll bring in your final four, your bump ups from your B main into your A main. Your final four in our B main. Starting with Sidewinder in fourth, DeBits in third, Jordil in second, and your champion underscore Alex underscore. These were your final four in our B main. All right, well, we're going to take a short pause for the cause. In about 30 minutes' time, just ahead of 6 p.m., we'll do our pilot briefing and of our A main. And just ahead of 6 o'clock, pilot briefing. Warm-up packs just at about 6 o'clock, and then our A main at 6:30. Right? No changes from earlier planning? You're looking at me like there's a change. Start the practice at 6:30. That's an hour from now. Pilot meeting at 6. Warm-up packs at 6:30. Okay. Pilot briefing is at 6. We know that for sure. Warm-up packs will be about 6:30. And then we'll start our bracket after that.